Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Chai and JRF by Eva. So in this video, we will be focusing on number system conversion. So today we will focus on octal to decimal number system conversion. And after that, we will learn how to convert a decimal number system into octal number system. For the sake of UGC NET exam, we will learn these concepts and questions are being asked from such topics to convert from a single form to another form. In the last video, we covered from binary to decimal as well as we covered how to convert from decimal to binary digits. But in today's video, we will be focusing on octal number system and we will learn how to convert this octal number system into decimal, and later we will learn how to convert decimal number system into octal number system. So let's get started. Let's take an example. So in order to understand the concept of number systems, I told you in the last video as well that we will be focusing on four types of number systems. So usually UGC generally asks from questions from these types of number system and you are being asked to convert from one form to another, right? So let's see what are we going to do today. So today we will be focusing on octal as well as decimal number system. So octal is a type of a number system that has a base of 8 numbers, right? So it has a base of 8 numbers. So it will include numbers from 0 to 7, right? And talking about a decimal number system, so it is a type of number system that humans use. For in order to understand this better, like this is the type of a number system that we use in our day-to-day lives. We use numbers starting from 0 to 9, right? So we will be focusing on these two only today, right? So I hope you got the point. Like what are we going to do? In octal we have 8 digits and it has a base of 8 digits including from starting from 0 up to 7. And for decimal, it will start from 0 and up to 9. It will have base digits of 10 digits, right? So let's take an example and understand this concept in a better way. So here's an example that we are here to convert this octal to decimal. So yes, the very first question arises, like how do we know that what type of a number system is it, right? The subscript here it is written as 8 and towards this side the subscript is 10. So we know that 8 represents your octal number and 10 will represent your decimal. So now the question is, like we are being asked to convert this octal to decimal number system. So how are we going to do that? In the last video I told you how do we do it. So look at this number. So it is 8 and towards we have this 10. So what is happening? The number is increasing. So I told you one random shortcut that when we see that the number is increasing towards right side, what are we going to do is we are going to multiply, right? So why are we multiplying with 8? Because the number octal, it has a base of 8, right? 8 means octal number system. So that's why we are using 8. So how do we solve it? We will write this equation as well, and on this side we have decimal point 42, and now we will start with the powers of 8. Why 8? Because we are converting from octal to decimal number. That's why we are choosing the number 8. So we will write 8 just here. Now what are we going to do is, how are we going to multiply this concept, right? So here what's happening? So we will take the powers of 8. So starting from here, we will have the power as 0 and then we have the power as 1, and moving ahead, we will have power 2, right? On the towards of right side, what's going to happen? We will take its negative powers. So its negative power of 1. Now we will take its negative power of 2. If the number could be somewhere, like if there's any other number here at this place, so we will take another 8 multiplication, that we will do by 8's power minus 3. But this is not the scenario in this case. So now what are we going to do is, so we know that 8's 0 power which is equal to 1, right? So 8's 0 power which is equals to 1, and now we are going to do is we are going to multiply these two, okay? and what we will do, we will multiply it by 6. So we will get a 6. Okay, I hope you got this point. And now moving ahead with this part. So 8's power 1 is 8, right? Let me write here, 8's power 1 is equals to 8. And now what we are going to do is we are going to multiply by 5. So into 5, which will equals to 40, right? Now at the last we will take at this place. So here the 8's power is 2. So what does it mean? So it means that 8 into 8, that is 64, right? So 8's power raised to 2, which is equals to 64, and multiplied by what? Here 2. We are going to multiply by it 2. So what is the answer? 128, right? So now we are going to do is add all these. Whatever the answer we got towards this side, we are going to add these numbers that we took by multiplying with the powers of 8, right? At the base we had 8. Why? Because we are converting the number from octal to decimal. That's why we took the base as 8. Okay, so now let's add all these numbers. So 8 and 6, 14. So here comes the 7. So it's like 174. For towards this part, we got our answer as 174. Now, in order to solve this, right, on towards the right side, like it has a decimal, like it's after the decimal. So now what are we going to do is, let me erase this for you, and let me, so now here we have towards this side 4 into 8 raised to the power minus 1, which generally means 1 upon 8. So here we have 4 upon 8. It's simply 1 upon 2, that is 0.5. Okay. Now moving ahead, so we have this 0.5. So I hope you got how did we do it. So we multiplied 4 by 8's power minus 1. When we say 8's power is minus 1, we simply say that 4 is divided by 8. So that's how we got 0.5. Okay, moving ahead with this place and at this digit. So what's happening here, we have 8's power as minus 2, right? And at the above we have this 2. So now what we are going to do is we are going to multiply 2 by what? 8's minus 8 raised to the power minus 2. So that will be 1.8 into 1.8, right? So here we cancel it out. So we got as 1.32. So your 1.32, it is almost about 0.03. I calculated it before. Yeah, so it's when we divide 1 by 32, we will get 0.03. So now what are we going to do is we are going to add these two. Okay, so what will be the answer? So it will be 0.53. Towards the right side, we got the answer is 0.53. So this is how we converted a number system that was having octal as its base, right, as the subscript, into its decimal form. So now what is the answer? When I say this, what is the answer for 256.42 octal into decimal? We can say that 174.53 is the decimal form of what? Your 256.42. So this will be our answer. So this is how we convert an octal number system to decimal. So I want you to go through the video once again if you are not able to get it. It's very simple. We just took the powers of 8 and multiplied by the original number. So the question arises, why did we take 8 here? Because the number itself is octal. So octal will have 8 digits in it, starting from 0 to 7 onwards, right? From 0 to 7. Octal will include, and in decimal we have 0 to 9, right? So I want you to have a look at this this screen right now and go through and practice by yourself what we just did right now. Moving ahead with now we are going to do the vice versa. Now we are going to convert this decimal to octal number, right? So let us take one example where a question being asked that this is a number that is given to you in decimal form. How do we know it's in decimal? Subscript is 10, right? So now we are going to convert it into octal number system. So at the subscript we wrote 8, so we know that this is an octal number system. So what will be its answer? Moving ahead with this type of conversion, so now we will convert a number system of decimal into its octal number system form. How are we going to do that? So let's take one example. So here's a question that is based on 488.125 in its decimal form, and you are asked to convert into its octal form, right? So in the last video I told you like there's a simple shortcut that you can keep in your mind to solve such questions and to keep that trick where to multiply and where to divide such numbers, right? It gets sometimes confusing. Like how to do so. So just keep it in your mind simply. Here is 10 and here is 8, right? So your 8 is lesser than 10, right? So now when we are moving towards this side, what's happening? The number is getting decreased. When the number is getting decreased, what we are going to do? We are going to divide. Simply, that's the rule. When we are going towards this side and the number is getting decreased, we will definitely divide. Okay, so now let's see how are we going to divide it. So here we have 488, right? So in order to divide, what will be the divisor? So here we will write the divisor. I want you to think for a moment what will be the divisor. Here is the quotient, right? And here we will write the remainder. Okay, I hope you got your answer right, that divisor will be 8 this time. Why? Because we are converting this decimal to octal number. That's why we are using 8, right? Yeah, so let's divide this. What's going to happen here? So 8 into 6, 8 6 are 48 and 8 1s are 8. So we are left with 0 remainder. We don't have any remainder at this case. Now we have a 61. So now we are going to divide 8 by, now we are going to divide 61 by 8. So what will be the quotient here? So let's take 7. So yes, 7 is the quotient that can divide 61. So we'll be having, we will divide 61 by 8, which will, so we will cut it by 7. So 8 7s are 56. So we are left with the remainder of 5, right? So now since 7 is lesser than 8, we will stop right here. Okay, 7 is lesser than here, lesser than 8, we will stop. Now how are we going to write its form? So now we will start from this side and we will go towards this side. So now what will be the answer is, so it will comes out 750. Okay, so this is the part that we covered before the decimal part for 488, that is your 750. And now let's move ahead with your 125 part. This is your decimal, right? So 125, it's your decimal part. And now what are we going to do here is, so since we are converting this number from octal to decimal, so definitely we are going to multiply or divide by 8 only. Okay, always remember that this, like towards the left side before the decimal, we are going to divide by 8, and towards this side we are going to multiply by 8. Okay, so towards this side now, 0.125 into 8, which will be equal to what? 44 carry 20 to 10. So yes, here we have the 1, right? So this is a multiplication for 0.25 by 8. Okay, we got our answer in the very first shot, right? What we just did here, so we made this number non-decimal, right? So towards this side we got our integer, that is 1, and beyond this decimal point we don't have anything, just zeros only. So we will stop at here only. So our answer will be 750.1, right? So that's it for conversion from decimal to octal. So what we did in this part here, we simply multiplied it by 8, right? So we got this integer at the very first multiplication and zeros towards the after decimal part. So that's why we are going to stop right here, and we are going to write 1 as it is. So our answer will be what? 750.1. So this is your answer for this conversion from decimal to octal, right? So here let me write. So answer is 750.1, that is 8. So this is how we convert such kind of number system from decimal to octal. So in this video we covered these two types of conversion from first octal to decimal, and then we covered how to convert such numbers from decimal to octal. So I want you to go through the video if you feel like you're getting stuck somewhere, and at the end I would like you to give you a simple question to practice at your home. So here is a practice question, and I want you to go through it and give its answer, like what will be its octal form. Okay, so it's your homework, and do solve it by yourself and write down the answer in the comment section, and I hope you will get your answer right, and let's meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.